Well, Iran has launched fresh ballistic strikes on Israel, targeting Tel Aviv as well as an energy facility in Haifa. 3 people have been killed in the attack. In the past few hours, air sirens went off in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. The IDF says the threat of the Iranian strike has now ended and is instructing citizens to leave protected shelters.
Now, about 40 casualties have been evacuated to different hospitals. Most of them are lightly injured. We have 1 critical patient, and unfortunately, up to now, 3 people have been declared dead on scene. In addition to this site, NBA crews are treating and evacuating casualties from other 3 major sites around the country, and the total number of casualties up to 9 is 90 casualties. As mentioned, most of them are lightly injured.
Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is not relenting, saying Iran will pay a heavy price for civilian deaths. Local media in Israel say a number of people are stuck in the rubble of residential buildings struck by Iran. Fox News reporter Trey Yingst has the details from Tel Aviv.
There was just a large-scale Iranian ballistic missile barrage toward Tel Aviv. One of those missiles slipped past air defense systems and slammed into the buildings behind me. This is a residential area of Tel Aviv. This is an area that people are known, and we're just going to move 1 second because they're trying to clear out this area, Ashley, as we talk, and my cameraman is going to show you the scene here as we move. But again, this is in Tel Aviv, Israel's 2nd largest city, and you can see that these crews are trying to get a fire under control. They are looking through these buildings to make sure that no one is trapped under the rubble. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buildings directly affected by this. And again, the police are just moving people around here as they try to clear a path for the first responders and ambulances that have arrived here on the scene. Ashley, as we move forward here, we will learn more and be able to report more about the location, but broadly I can say that we are in Tel Aviv, Israel's 2nd largest city. The army and police are aware of our location. We coordinate these things to make sure that we're not giving away any details that could be harmful to first responders or the people on the scene. But just to describe what we are seeing here, when we arrived, it was still dark. There was a man who was injured. His name was Gal. He was bleeding from his legs, and I talked to him and I said, "What happened? How are you? How are you feeling?" He said, "My ears are ringing. I can barely hear you." He said he has glass injuries to his legs, and he was waiting to get medical attention. He was just one of a number of people who was injured, and you can see there's about 10 or 15 journalists at this location we're at, and we're just going to push back a little bit here, Ashley. But again, the latest information that we have, there has been a ballistic missile attack launched by Iran at central Israel. One of those missiles slipping past air defense systems and slamming into the ground below, causing damage to 4 or 5 buildings in Tel Aviv. First responders, you can see, are here on the scene. They have gloves, hard hats, and torch lamps. They are now going into the buildings to try and see if they can find any survivors or other people that were injured. I want to just show you across the street here, Ashley. There's a massive amount of damage to this very tall building, and it just shows you the blast wave and radius of such a blast when something like this takes place. And so we will find out more information in the minutes, hours ahead. But what we know right now, a number of people have been injured. We can confirm that because we saw it when we arrived here on the scene. When we got here, this entire parking lot was on fire. Cars were crushed and smashed, and first responders ran into the blaze and they started to put out the fire. As the fire died down, we could really start to see the full scope of what happened here and start to count the buildings that were affected by this blast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's shrapnel to this building, 7. This entire facade over here on this building destroyed. And it just gives you a sense of how destructive these Iranian missiles are when they land in the center part of Israel, these densely populated areas filled with Israeli civilians.